Aloha, everybody. I wanted to share with you today an opportunity to give back to a community project that I've been involved in co-creating and give everybody else just a little bit of an update on where we're at and what it is that we would like to create. So I've been hosting a couple small groups of students for homeschool collaboratives, and it's been super rewarding. And I've also seen how this vision wants to grow so much larger than these little individual pods of children, and really taking into account where it is that we're going as a collective, really thinking about how to best support our families right now, how to best support mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters in order to come together into new models of collaboration and co-creation. And a lot of this is directly around how it is that we're treating, raising, and educating our children, and doing so in a space of heartfelt understanding, of connection to the earth, of cooperation, creativity, exploration, all of these things that as keywords are easy to say, but in practice is really important that we're walking and embodying what it is that we believe in. And when we say these things or we read them in stories to our children, really providing a space for them to actually enact them and to actually feel safe to explore and to learn together and to learn from their mistakes and to understand their emotions and to be able to explore nature in a way where their own growth is facilitating their learning. And that type of a space is hard to come by in very large groups. It's hard to come by in the public school systems, aside from I know some very beautiful and talented teachers in the public school systems. But a lot of this new age that we're moving into is we're gonna have a lot of really challenging choices. And one of those choices is, how are we gonna educate our children? And as much as I think technology is a huge resource, like this how I'm talking to you right now, it's a huge resource. We cannot lean on it as the sole provider of something that really education has to do with experience, and it has to do with the interactions socially and emotionally with the students that they have with each other, with their environment, with projects, things that are hands-on. And if we're not able to do that in very large groups right now, we need to at least find creative solutions to be able to do that in smaller groups and be able to provide really meaningful support to families who are going through a lot of challenges right now, and parents that need to work and can't homeschool, and other parents that want to homeschool and love it and also can't do it alone, or the students that really want to be together. And so this just hit me really hard a few months ago, and I felt really called to create a new model of a school cooperative. And it's not necessarily just about the school component, but these types of smaller local networks of collaborative learning, of co-ops where you can trade your time and your expertise and come in as a mentor in order for reduced, payments for tuition, for everyone's skills to have this sense of equal honoring, for the children to not have just one singular teacher, but this web of adults in their community that they can trust, that they understand, their different skill sets, so they could go into apprenticeships when they're older, that they get to have immersions into nature and immersions into their creativity. I think this is going to be really important for the landscape that we are creating of where we're going. And so those are the broad strokes of what really is burning as a passion for me right now. And bringing it down to the nitty-gritty and the mundane, this is going to take more than just myself. And this is going to take all of the people who are already doing this, and I see you and thank you. This is going to take us really being able to band together as a network and a support. And with that, I am humbling myself to reach out to ask for that support for other families who want to join, for other teachers who want to be a part of it. And that has been the easiest thing. There's so many people that want to be a part of creating this, and what we really need is we need an anchored space, and we need materials to really lift off the ground. Right now I've been hosting small groups in a couple of small spaces, and it's been super rewarding and really beautiful. But for it to really gain traction, we need to have our own really safe, beautiful space. And there's some opportunities to be able to do this on some land projects. And so we're raising funds right now for a geodesic dome for a play structure, and also just for ongoing materials that are costs and things that will come up with running a school. So if you've gotten this far, I appreciate you listening. And anything that you have to give, even if it's a positive thought, even if it's, like good intentions, even if it's, wow, yeah, that's interesting. Like maybe instead of me and so-and-so just homeschooling our kids, at our kitchen tables by ourselves, we'll get the 2 boys together. We'll, go on an extra play date once a week with a couple of families who can be in a pod with us to be able to go, into the forest or to go swimming. And if you do have the ability to give a little bit right now, even if it's a small amount, you can choose from the drop-down menu what it is you'd like to contribute to, whether it's art, project, supplies, whether it's going to be part of our geodesic dome donation, whether it's for an extra music or art teacher to come in for trade. You get to choose what it is that you'd like to donate for, and we'll send you images and pictures for as a thank you of your gift and how it has impacted this community and our children and the way that we can move forward together as a collective. I honor you. I thank you. Mahalo for listening. Aloha.